of washing machines. It's just not something that I'm a big connoisseur of. We do have a really amazing LG machine that I just bought for the family a few months ago, and the funny thing is when it's done washing the clothes, it sings a song. And it's like la di da 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 da, and goes on and makes a song, goes for like 2 minutes just singing away. And it's like, oh my God, it's so happy. I finished washing the clothes. I finished washing clothes. La 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 la. It's really funny. Yeah, Jimmy's got one. Whirlpool, yeah, Samsung. Yeah, so anyways, the reason I say that is the number of people in the United States right now that are thinking of buying a new washing machine has doubled in the last 5 years. So people have been hanging on through the financial crisis to make these purchases. And let's see, can I open this? Copy image, search image, save image. I just want to open image in new tab. Maybe that's what I want to do. And the new tab disappeared. Where did it go? Open image in new tab. Tab open, tab closed. Wow, what's it doing? I guess they have some weird security system. All right, how am I going to do this? I can't really show it to you. It's in my email. I guess I can, but you know, don't look at all my pornography and stuff now. Just turn. All right, so this is down here. You can see the percentage of Americans planning on buying a washing machine. Went from 3.5% to almost 8% recently. So with a good job, jobs are up. Maybe with a new house, right? People have been buying homes. With credit, people have credit. With income and wages, well, if they have a decent job, then they have all that kind of stuff. And they are confident about the future, which they are according to consumer confidence recently. Now might be the time to go out and buy that sucker, especially with winter coming in, and you know, if you live in a wintry place, you know, your pant legs get all dirty from walking around. You couldn't see it. Let me go back. Here's the chart. Okay. We went from 3.5 to almost 8%, according to the Consumer Board of Confidence. So I thought you might find that interesting. Quite a few people are thinking about buying a washing machine. 5 years ago wasn't a good time, but those machines are breaking now because I don't know how long they happen to last. I don't think they last that long. So you go through, maybe right before the financial crisis, people were buying some nice washing machines. And then we hit the financial crisis, people lost their jobs, people lost their home. So you don't need a new washing machine, or you can't afford one. It becomes a luxury item. Now you got now you live in a nice new apartment with granite countertops, just like your old home. And you have a half decent job, even though it pays you less. Right? Do you remember all those 30-year-olds that were making like $300,000 a year in their first job, and they were like vice president of marketing? Well, that actually happened like in the 90s, right? They were hiring 22-year-olds. All right, you're going to be vice president of marketing. Like, the guy hasn't even been to business school. Yeah, you're vice president of marketing because you can't program. Okay. I guess I got it all figured out. I work for dogfood.com. Our stock price just went to $1,000 a share. I'm worth $48 million because I'm so smart. I think I'll become an angel investor. Yeah. Turns out they're just dumb kids, right? Hey, man, you bought the stock, not me. So anyways, I don't know how we got there. So anyway, so we go through the financial crisis. You ride out the storm. things feel a lot better. You're a lot more confident in your near future. You got some money. You got some, right? You got, how does it go? You got no money. You got no car. You got no woman, and there you are. Well, your car's back. Your dog came home. Right? You got a new pickup. Your dog came home. Typical happy country music, right? And maybe you're going to get you one of them fancy washing machines. Of course, it's going to be from South Korea or China. It's not going to be a Kenmore. But anyway, so if 8% of all of Americans, what is that, 30 million people? 25 million Americans go out and buy a new washing machine? Maybe those stock prices go up. So that, anyways, I'm thinking for you. Okay? That's the entire population of New Zealand, yeah, or Australia, or Canada, right? Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Thank you for being a client of Traders Way. Snap, that just happened. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Eh? My name is Wayne McDonell. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay. Neil Daniel. Hey, did I throw in the ma right? Does it come across right? Am I getting it all right? Yeah, it's right. It's just a little more casual, right? Yeah, you know. Well, shishi. All right, so let's stretch. I do these sessions here at Forex.Today, Monday through Thursday. Today is Wednesday. The overriding goal is to help you put together trade plans and teach you how to hunt and fish for yourself so you can feed your family. Every Friday I'm at fxstreet.com for premium members. At FX Street, I am also Forex Speaker of the Year. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So thank you to Forex.Today for hosting us. Quick overview of what's happened recently. Bum, 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 bum. Dow Jones Industrial Average has closed 0.5%, a little more than that. S&P 500 even a little bit more than that. NASDAQ even a little bit more than that. Yeah, it closed up. VIX down, way down to 13%. Or I should say 13. What does that mean? A little more risk, a little more confidence, a little more buying. Now remember some of our discussions earlier in the week, going into the end of the quarter, which is, Friday's the last day of trading, right? And then what? Monday's next month, next quarter. If you need to go to cash, or let's say if you needed to book profit because you're not mark to market, you can't claim the profit until you cash out of your equity or out of your trades, out of your stock trades. If you're the typical hedge fund is a long short equities fund. You're a stock picker. Okay? Okay? That's it. You're a stock picker. But you can't tell your clients you've made profit until you cash out of the trades. That's just the rules of that game. But you actually don't want to be in cash at the end of the quarter, right? Because if your clients call you, like let's say you say, look, here's a snapshot of our balance sheet, right? We have all this profit we made for you. We're up 5%. Yeah. And then you say, and we're holding 30 or 40% cash. And the client says, what are you doing? I'm paying you money to sit on my cash? That's like, I don't know, negative interest rates, right? You're losing 1% just so some guy can sit on your cash. Hey, you could have bought a 10-year T-note. So if you throw in the opportunity cost, right? The guy's like, what are you doing? So what a hedge fund manager really wants to do is two things. One, book the profit. So you can say, hey, man, we made 5% this month, 8% this quarter. And two, there's no cash. He's reinvested. Because the client, if you're sitting on the cash, the client says, hey, good job. Well, since you're sitting on cash, why don't you just give me some of my money back? It's called a redemption. And he's like, boy, I'd love to give you some of your money back, but I invested the whole thing. And if we get out now, there's going to be consequences that you're not going to like. And the client's like, really? You're like, hey, we'll cash out now, but that's going to probably cost you some losses. Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. And the guy leaves his money there, right? So what you want to do if you're a hedge fund manager, long, short in the stock market, you want to book your profit, book some profit before the end of the quarter, but before the end of the quarter, reinvest that money back. You get it? You see the fun game? Cash out of your Apple. Apple falls, buy it back. Fun game, right? See, currency traders, not only are we better looking, but we have a better market because we don't have to play that stupid game. We can stay invested. We're collecting interest, which the stock guys aren't doing. Well, they're getting dividends, right? But we don't have to cash out and then buy back just for the sake of, I don't know, engineering profits, right? So whoop, whoop to the currency traders. But that's what might be happening in the stock market. If you look over there, I have the S&P 500, and you'll see that it was way down for a couple of days. And now it's trying to work its way up, and VIX is falling. That's the fear index. So if VIX is dropping, the stock market might be rising. Oh, snap. What? Okay. 10-year T-note. Back down to 1.56. About a month ago, this was 1.4. About a month ago, 6 weeks ago, maybe. So, being just under 1.6, that's pretty significant. Should come down, right? Now, why would this go up about 0.25%? Could it possibly be the assumed rate hike by the Fed? And now it's coming back down because they didn't get the hike? Could be a rabbit, could be. Interesting, huh? All right, guess what? Iran gets, they pull in to the airport to get off the plane. They're not even in the meeting yet. Yeah, well, we're going to look at this whole oil scenario, and we're going to do some research. I love it, huh? Yeah, we're going to do some research, and we'll get back to you on that. This whole freezing thing, we're not so sure. Yeah, we're going to do some consultations. We're going to uncover the facts, and we'll come back to you. Uh-huh. That's almost good as the Bank of Japan spending 6 months doing research and then coming out and doing nothing. And they're like, what do you mean we're doing nothing? We did all that research. You know what a person who says he's a salesperson does when they can't actually sell? They fill their days making binders and PowerPoint presentations. I'm like, dude, I thought you were in sales. Oh, I'm in sales, but I can't make a phone call until I get these binders done. Uh-huh. Pick up the phone, dude. Pick up the phone. It doesn't feel right. So anyways, so anyways, it doesn't feel right to Iran to freeze their oil production. They might want the money. Hey, look, I don't blame them. Honestly, I don't. But it's funny how we have to play these games, right? Yeah, why even get on the plane? Why wouldn't you? Zagana, right? Free trip to Algiers. You know what the party scene's like in Algiers? They got some wicked DJs. Yeah, they got it in Algiers. So you got to go just for the party. Right on, guys. So anyways, and then guess what? So Saudi Arabia, again, this is all before the meeting. Yeah, we're not really expecting an agreement. Well, good meeting then. Good meeting. Thank goodness the media is freaking out about this all-important meeting in which nobody has agreed to anything except there's going to be no agreement. Oh, look at that move on Kiwi. Snap, another good one. Love it. Anyways, back to what we're doing. Sorry, I'm looking over here. You're looking over there. Sorry. So consumer confidence, as I mentioned, highest since 2007. What does that mean to an American? Uh-huh. When was the last time an American bought a washing machine? $10 years ago. How many years have they been using the washing machine? 9 years ago. It's been 9 years. They need a new washing machine. Time to go out and buy one. You get it? So, look, I'm trying to line this up, dude. They're going to go out and spend some money. Why don't you make some money off of that knowledge? I don't know if you think I'm just telling you this because it's fun or interesting. Go get filthy, stinking rich, dude. I'm setting it up. 25 million people are going to go out and spend money on a washing machine. Maybe. At least they've told those doing research that that's what they're thinking about doing. The highest consumer confidence since 2007. That's pre-crisis, bro. They've been using their washing machine for 10 years and it only lasts 10 years. Go make some money. You see? I'm always cause and effect. So now you know what's happening. Good. Go make some money. Okay, it's not for fun and games. Go make some money. Where's the money going to go? 25 million people are going to go spend somewhere between 500 and 1,000 US dollars. What's 1,000 times 25 million? $25 million thousand? So what washing machines are they going to make? And where are they going to buy them? Best Buy, Sears, Home Depot. Pippin says, well, and then you can take this to personal income and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. That's why we do all this. Remember, this isn't just fun and games, guys. Where's the money going to go? Get there first. That's the idea. Who's your top brand, Japanese or Chinese? Again, I don't know, but we got an LG, and that's South Korean. So I know, it's been, 10 years since we bought one, and I don't remember Samsung and LG even making them in the United States. I don't remember, I think Electrolux was the new in the market, but not even for washing machines, right? For dishwashers and stuff. And around the financial crisis, GE got out of their appliance business because because it was exploding. But before 2007, if it was 2005, 2004, 2003, you were a loser, an absolute loser in society unless you were putting in GE profile appliances into your house. Your friends would laugh at you unless you got a Wolf or a Sub-Zero. But the standard operating procedure to be, big dog was a GE profile appliance. GE profile, my God! That was the good stuff for wealthy middle class. Poor people with lots of credit were buying GE appliances, right? Now, guess what? GE actually almost went out of business, and their finance department crashed. Why? Because they gave a lot of credit to poor people. Yeah, well, anyways, so, but GE Profile were the ones, right? So now it's like LG and Samsung. I'm like, really? Is there going to be an Apple eyewash coming out soon? You know what I mean? So anyways, your phone company now makes washing machines. Great, awesome. But get ahead of the curve, guys. I don't know. That's why you need to do research. I don't know where they're going to buy them, what they're going to buy, that kind of stuff. But if we have things like wages and income and jobs, then eventually confidence is going to kick in, and they're going to go out and they're going to start spending. Right? So invest your money wisely. Guess what? Prime Minister Abe said Japan has not escaped deflation yet. Good. Okay. Admitting it is the first step. The government and the Bank of Japan to continue to work together to boost growth. Good plan. Yeah. Good plan. Good job. German confidence, about the same. French confidence, about the same. Spanish lending, down 13%. That doesn't sound good. But mortgage approvals are down 15%. Oh, wait. That doesn't sound good. So, nothing's going on in Spain. No new washing machines in Spain. Ryan says, Ryan's taking the next step, going back to the, threading the needle through all the pearls, a rate hike, especially after you see those numbers. Because, then you'll see retail sales spike, you'll see demand side of the curves, right, start to shift, which are good things. And then maybe prices start going up and all that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, maybe it's next year, right? But anyways, confidence in Sweden. Yeah. Good. It's good, man. It's good. Real good. Good to be Swedish. Love Sweden. Go Stockholm. Yeah, me and the royal family are tight. All right. Coming up, Baltic Dry Index. Nice. Durable goods. All right, ladies and germs, here's the thing about durable goods. Super spiky, super volatile, super all over the place. It may mean a lot, it may not mean a lot. Okay? Oh, thank you, Jimbo. Is that right? Cash is going on the Swedish cider. Wow. Mexican unemployment rate. So we're buying the Mexican peso right now, and wouldn't that be great if we just got a huge number? Right? A nice good number to strengthen the peso. more and more news saying that Trump lost the debate. Um, I don't know if I totally agree with that point of view, but that's what the media says. And that's good for the Mexican peso. No, I don't watch CNN. I didn't know anyone still did, but that's cool. I don't know what people watch. But me just bumbling around through society, which I like to not participate in. I reject society, by the way. Um, so I'm not really plugged in, but the stuff I've bumped into, trying to live somewhat of a normal life, tells me that Hillary won, and I'm like, oh, really? Great, okay, right? All right, so that could be Mexican peso's strength because, Trump's take on Mexico. But yeah, Ryan said he didn't see a clear winner. I think they both did what they were supposed to do. No real surprises, right? James says Clinton was symbolic and Trump had substance. But I hear the opposite. I've heard the opposite point of view. But anyways, oil inventories today, right on top of the meeting. You would think CAD would be a mover. Oh man, Kiwi all over the place. All right, so I'll tell you what. Let's play the happy music, just because I can't go a day without it. Boom. All right. Biggest loser, Kiwi dollar, and it currently is negative 0.62%. It was negative 6.82 just like a few minutes ago. So Kiwi tried to rebound, but it might be because we're stopping around the Kiwi yen. It's 73.000000, and Kiwi yen here is down a 0.5%, but we might just be stopping for a while. And we'll see if it's on its way down. I'd like to pick it up around 72.50. It's kind of what I'm thinking. By the way, have you guys noticed on Forex.Today the improved follower update emails? So for those analysts that you're following, when they make a new post, you get an update faster. And there's a better subject. The link is easier to get to. The thumbnail image is there, which links you back to the post. And yeah, and you also now know who made the post. So if you're following 6 people, it used to just say, there's been an update, and you're like, update who? So now it says who, it says what. The link is easier to get to. There's an image so that you don't have to click on it to see if you find it interesting. So I hope you appreciate that. All right, I'll give you an example in my email. I follow Ryan. A new post, a new Forex trading idea from Ryan, right? Here's the link, here's the image, and when you click on it, it takes you directly to the post. Cool. You can see that I'm following him, right? Here you go. So what you can do now, every single person on Forex.Today can customize their experience. No two subscribers or members or registered users of Forex.Today have the same experience because every person could customize. Okay, you get what you want. And that's the fastest way to get it, right? So, all right, so follow, when you find somebody, follow them. All right, so you can see here, now we're at 5.8. Okay. Biggest winners right now are those who are shorting the Kiwi. Euro Kiwi up 0.75%. And you can see things are actually changing. There was a lot of green up here earlier, and now we're more neutral. So look at this, neutral, 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 Kiwi. Neutral, neutral, Kiwi. Neutral, neutral, Kiwi. Kiwi. Neutral, neutral. So it's all Kiwi right now, guys. Look at that. The Australian dollar and the US dollar are exactly the same strength. Jimmy says the Aussie Kiwi long has been a very good trade. Yeah, cool. Yeah. See, I wouldn't trade that, but that's fine. I don't even think I have that on here, do I? Oh, I do. Life is great. Life is grand. Life is gut. See? So this chart says it all. Just straightforward, right? Oh, wait, that's a little confusing. Let me clear it up. How about that? Yes, much better, Wayne. Thank you. So, what do you think? Is it possible that this monthly central pivot point might have been important to this currency pair? Probably just a coincidence, right? Yeah. Probably just a coincidence. All right, so cool Moby. Let's go back to the scan. So yesterday we knew oil was going to be important, so I identified support and resistance. We fell down to support, and then we went up to resistance. Okay. I had it coming down to 44.60. It came down to 44.37, and then went up. Then I had it going up to 45, what would you say, 75, 80? And it only went up to 65. But I'd say, what, 85% accuracy? It's not bad. Generally speaking, however, it's just sideways. So let me adjust. Life is gut. Okay. So the meeting is going to come out today, and I don't think we're going to have any good news. The surprise side is they come out and they say something good as a group, that Russia and Venezuela and Iran and Iraq and Libya are going to join with Saudi Arabia and be ultra conservative in their output. That's probably something you could bet against. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think we're going to 43, but I don't think we're going to 53 either. You know what I'm talking about? So if I was coerced to make a guess, I'd say 43 is more likely than 53. So that can't be good for the CAD. So that's one thing to be thinking about. So what do you think about this euro dollar? If you follow the price line here, bing, bing, bing. This can't be the right thing to be trading right now. What do you think? Does it look way overbought? Does it look way oversold? If you're going to play the Stokes cycle, I suppose, right? I suppose you have something to believe in. Give me something to believe in. So, see, normally in this scenario, I would assume S3. So, I don't know. Lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, 100% retracement. You know, I don't know. I don't feel like it right now. Looking for nub and know the warm faces. Looking for nub. Hi, I'm Buckwheat. When I grow up, I want to be a hoe. So, anyways, there's that. Just doesn't feel good on the whole. Okay, so we are expecting further Mexican peso strength. Once again, even though we just went through this ginormous scenario of Mexican peso weakness, we've been expecting Mexico peso strength. And yesterday we got some. So if this continues, we don't know if it will, but let's just play it like this for now. Do 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 do. Back to what, 19? right, right, right. So 1618 predicts a 1382. So why don't we do that? Okay. Neat, huh? Looking for noob, know the wrong faces. Looking for noob. A new user is following me. Oh. Okay, nice. Notice where we are now, though. Bing dong, bing dong. And isn't it amazing that we fell yesterday and stopped right on what we would, define as previous resistance, right? Isn't that great? How it's today's support. So if you were a bull, you're going to hope that this goes up from here. And maybe it's oil prices falling that's going to hurt Mexico. It could totally happen. So it's like, it's whatever you want to do. If you don't think we're going to get repatriation, that's fine. Or maybe you end up buying it next week. But that is one side. If oil prices come down today, Mexico is a major exporter of oil. Or to say it differently, one of Mexico's major exports is oil. I heard Mexico has one of the largest gold deposits in the world. Apparently they have like a mountain of gold. But the unfortunate part is it's so deep and so underneath mountains, it costs like $3,000 an ounce to pull it out of the earth. James, you're sitting on USD Mexican peso shorts? James says he's got two shorts for a long time. Oh yeah, that would be better, I suppose. The only thing is we don't have those fundamentals. That's the only thing with the shorts. You don't really have the fundamentals for that. Because the idea is that the ECB will weaken the euro and the Fed will strengthen the dollar. The only problem is they're not doing any of that, right? So it's a little bit of last year's trade. I think you're probably better off on hit and runs, sell it at 13, sell it at 14, sell it at 15. But see, that's the weird thing to me, James, that you're buying dollar against euro, but no, wait. Oh, I see. No, I guess that would make sense too. But still, that first week of the month, I would assume, as I do, as you know, that the Mexican peso would get strong. So that could be an opportunity to just take profit and then buy a dip, that kind of thing. But whatever. What the hell is all that, huh? I don't remember. Looking for noob, no won't be booking the boob. I don't know what any of this is. Do 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 do. Wow, look at, I don't see any of these on there. Vertical line, lots of vertical lines. Oh, some sort of old indicator. So anyways, guys, if you're a bull here, or if you're a bull, here and here would be the places to buy. Just with the idea of repatriation, I would assume the lower one and maybe buy it at 19,00000. Right? I don't know why I threw that one over there. Oh, another reason it's support, clearly, huh? Looks like we got at 1890, we have a monthly. M3 to M1. There's a perfect move, huh? Just like I taught you. Just like your daddy taught you. M3 to M1, perfect move. Amazing after all that weakness, huh? All right. So crude, oh, gold. Got to do gold. Comes down to the Dixie, I think. Dixie's been red most of the day, but hasn't made a lower low. Kind of feels range bound, but heavy. More likely to go down than up. Then that would push this up, but this feels down on the daily. Doesn't this look down on the daily? So down on the daily means revert back to the 21 and work our way down, let's say. Oops, don't want that. General idea. Oh, Credit Suisse just shorted. What did they short? Placed a, oh, they bought Euro Pound. Just now, boom, Credit Suisse bought Euro Pound. Do I even have Euro Pound? Euro Pound. You want to take a look? Okay. Placed. Oh, it's a limit order. Dummies. All right, so they want to buy at 86.00. Don't tell anybody, though. It's a secret. Shh. Shh. 86.00, right in there, huh? Okay. They haven't bought yet. It's only a limit order. Their stop is at 85.60. So according to Credit Suisse, we're going to have the ups, the downs, and the ups. Just came in. They just did it right when I said it. Oh, they're targeting 88.10. So where's 88.10? La 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 la. 88.10 is here. So a couple hundred pips, is that right? 86 to 88. 200 pips, risking 40. 5 to 1. Now, why would you target 20, Brook? To me, that's a very bad target. Yeah, you know, I think you should make it, you know, I think you should make it closer. I'd rather you have 95. You don't need the other 25 pips or something. It's so much extra risk to make such, you know, a smaller amount, right? Because you're going to face the risk of 0, 0 and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, if you get it all the way to 20, it's probably going to go to 50. So you're either getting out 25 pips late or 25 pips early. Yeah, but see, Zeal says it's 8810 is the 1618. Yeah, but you know, maybe that's what Credit Suisse thinks, but which is fine, but it's still terrible, terrible. Just you shouldn't think that way. You shouldn't say it has to go to the 1618 because it's made a Fibonacci retracement. What I want you to do is say, all right, we've had a higher high. This is going to create a higher low, and it may go as high as the 1618. It sort of just puts you in the right direction. It just says up. Okay? Then you should ask yourself, where are humans going to get involved? Where are humans going to get scared? Where are humans going to panic? Who cares about Leonardo Fibonacci? He's been dead. Like he used to like he was a he used to drink. His drinking buddy was Pythagoras, right? I mean, come on, dude. Seriously? He did? Yeah. So, like, think of it as just a directional thing. Like, oh, it's going to go up, and it'll probably go up there. Great. 88-ish, 88.20-ish. But, you know, we're talking hundreds of pips now, right? And then you should say, well, where are most people going to take profit? Where are the limit orders going to be? Where are the sell orders going to be for the bears? Where are people just going to, where's this going to wimp out? And I'd rather you say, well, you know, 8800 is probably in play. So, you know, I'm going to look at like 90 to 95. All right, Credit Suisse just placed another limit order. They're going to short USD CAD. Just came in, USD CAD. So they're going to buy some kitty CAD, huh? 132.90. See, that makes sense to me. They're going to short it right below 133. And their target is 131.05. See, that makes sense to me. They're going to get out just before 31.0000. Their stop is at 33.12, just on the other side of 33. Now, so you know what I mean? If it goes to 33.20, it'll probably go to 33.50. See, that trade I may not necessarily agree with, but I understand the logic, and they are playing the psych level reasonably well. Yeah, they're playing the psych level well is all I'm saying. Now, Credit Suisse, they're not very good at trading, in my opinion. They make a lot of mistakes. But I understand what they're doing there. I don't have to agree with it, but I understand what they're doing. So yeah, so there's your kitty cat. They're also shorting Euro Yen. Did you know that? They're going to short at 113.40. But you didn't hear it from me. It's a secret. Shh. Shh. News coming out any second. Let me get my buddies TradeTheNews.com going. TradeTheNews.com. TradeTheNews.com. Uh-oh, Iran and Saudi Arabia refuse to meet with each other in Algiers. They're not even talking. They won't even look each other in the eyes. Yeah, that sounds like something good's going to happen. Something good is going to come out of that. Baby, I had the strangest feeling. You were going to freeze your oil output, but then I heard you increased your production and prices fell. I think that's a Michael Jackson song, isn't it? Maybe I bastardized it so much you couldn't even tell. I'm a man of many wishes. I hope my premonition misses. You would be correct, Brooke.
Joe Could stated in just a few seconds. Paychex reporting $785 million in revenue, just ahead of expectation. (0.0%) for durable goods is above the minus 1.5% expectation, but backlog revised down to 3.6% from 4.4%. Ex transport at minus 0.4% is 1/10 higher than expected. Backlog revised down 2/10 to 1.1%. Capital goods orders 0.6%, 7/10 higher than expected. Backlog revised down again. Capital goods shipments at minus 0.4% is 5/10 lower than expected. Backlog revised down 2/10 to minus 0.7%.
Did I say that fast enough? Oh, wait, that wasn't me. So 0.0, better than expected. Yay! Core durable goods, negative 0.4. Better than expected. Yay! Whoop, whoop. Ba 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 ba. So someone's going to say an increase in demand from a better economy. So onus trading pissy. Okay, yeah, we can take a look at that. Cause you weigh stones to cry, cry. I'm a man of many wishes. I hope my premonition is ba 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 do ba ba do a bo do boo 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 do boo 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 boo. Okay, we have a request for Pissy. Used to be one of my favorite currency pairs for about a year or so. Okay. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum. Boom 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 ba boom boom ba boom. Ba da da ba 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 boo da boo da. Insert. Doop. Indicators. Doop. Custom. Doop. Zigzag. Boop. Who uses zigzags? 'Cause he always. Eh? Must be talking to an angel. Must be talking to an angel. Doobie 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 doop boo. Elliott Wavers. Yeah, I don't like that one. Maybe I'll try the other one. Do, 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 do. I think that's gonna be a little. We'll try it. That's not right. So what is this? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-wave correction. Now I'm trying to figure out what Elliott Wavers are gonna think. So I think it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 maybe? Kind of want to get down to there. So what, a 3-wave correction and then down? Yeah, I kind of want to get down here. But all right, so let's go back into the better question of what's going on now. Okay, so if you were bullish, this would still bother you that we've had a move like this, and that scenario predicts a lower low. Oh, because we haven't got there yet. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. So that kind of puts this move here down to, let's say, about there. Okay. If it doesn't head down, it's really consolidation. I'd go neutral on it. Swiss franc is a risk off scenario. Oh, I missed my Kiwi. Oh, dang it. Gee whiz. So anyways, if Swissy comes down, if Swissy is strengthening, so would Japanese yen. One, two, three off the support and resistance. Well, we already have one. Lower low, lower high should predict a lower low. Right? You could mark it up like this as well. Right? And then that, right? And then we're through this area. So lower low, lower high, lower low could be one thought. Well, Zigzag was designed by Elliott Wave guys, but I'm not an Elliott Wave guy, so maybe they don't use them anymore. I think the least amount of shifts are best, so I like to apply my boot camp settings to it. I don't want a lot, so it's more like medium term, 21, 55, 8, okay? And you just kind of get general directional moves. That didn't change at all, did it not? Did I? Hang on, I was looking at the Mexican peso news coming up. Did I mess that up? Oh, it changed almost none. Interesting. All right. Seemed like it didn't change. I must be on the wrong time frame. There we go. Maybe. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Okay. Using moving averages on this 4-hour, you'd say we just kicked off the 55 and it would come down to this lower area and make a double bottom, right? So bull is going to say, I wonder if I can buy it at 125. That's what a bull would say. A bear is thinking, we'll take it down to 125 and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Maybe if we can get through 25, then the target's going to be 24. See the logic? Ryan likes the 583. Sure. All right. Fine. Great. All right. Have it your way. Cinco, ocho, no, ocho, tres. Sí. Yeah, sure. Not bad. This is weird here, but so I think a bull would look at this and want to buy this dip off of the support, right? So for a bull now, you could say it's either going to double bottom or it's going to make a higher low. So you measure this area and your sweet spot's in here now, right? Let's put it here. And then you have to look for places in that zone. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, now you got to look for places in this gray zone which may act as support, and that's where that pivot comes in, right? Okay. So if you're a bull, you'd be buying in this area, and you're going to think the opposite here. I'm a man of many machines. All right. And that's going to be risk on. Throw all your money into the collapsing UK economy and dump the safety of Switzerland. Okay. I think an easier trade might be to like sell the Kiwi yen at the psychological 73, and you know, I keep missing it while I'm coaching, but okay. So I don't know. I don't know if that was that too much babbling, Ona? I don't know if I helped at all. No, too much babbling. So Dixie had a down move off of the durable goods. It was good, but I suppose not good enough. Don't forget it. In 15 minutes, we have the Mexican unemployment rate, Mexican jobs report. Ole, 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 ole. All right. So I guess we're done. I don't think me hanging around 15 minutes for that's going to be that great. So decide what you want to do today. So there was a lot of discuss about USD CAD, right? And if you're going to trade it like oil, trade it like oil. Just make a decision, okay? And you need to say the CAD is going to weaken or the CAD is going to get strong. And it has to do specifically with oil. Just make a decision and then trade that. Okay? So tell me, is the Canadian dollar going to weaken today or is it going to strengthen? Specifically the Canadian dollar. So it could be CAD yen, it could be USD CAD, whatever. What's it going to do today? Tell me. And you're not allowed to change your mind until tomorrow. So now you have to go out and find evidence of that. So you're going to sell the Canadian dollar at resistance, flip it upside down, of course. If you're like USD CAD, that means you're going to buy USD CAD at support, whatever, but it's still selling Canadian dollar. And sell it with proper technical entries, but you have a bias, and the news is going to come out in your favor. The news today is so if you say Canadian dollar weakness, what you're saying is as news trickles out of the OPEC meeting, it's not going to be good news. It's not going to support oil prices. Okay, so and then second of all, at 10:30, oil inventories are going to come out, and inventories would have increased. One of the logical decisions there is that we've had less of a decrease, and in fact, less of an increase in oil inventories. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago, we had a decrease in oil inventories, but this had to do with supply chain disruptions related to things like hurricanes. It is hurricane season, right? And that maybe those disruptions have gone away and those ships have come to port. And we've filled up the oil tanks again, right? And if that's true, inventories will rise, and that will be bearish for Canadian dollar and oil prices. So if that is your logic today, then you would just assume oil prices are going to have a big down day. Big down day, eh? Right? And you're trading it properly. By the way, this is your WTI today. Today is going to be the day that I'm going to short the hell out of you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody trades the way I do. But look at you now. Yeah. Yep. Can't predict the future. Remember that. You can go to school, go to a prestigious university, and they'll tell you cannot predict the future. It's all random. Anyways, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get filthy stinking rich, but not at the cost of risk. I got some pretty interesting, important things going on the side. Conversations are really interesting. Let me just tell you that the world needs some heroes. Be really nice if you guys can string together 5% months. 2's okay. 5 is great. More than 5, you better have the alpha to back it up, but you probably don't. Do you guys understand the difference between alpha and beta? I guess we can end on that, even though I've gone 5 minutes too long already. What's alpha? If I say something like your alpha better align with the beta, your alpha is your contribution to success. It's what makes you better than the market. So for example, if you bought S&P 500 index futures and you just simply went with the S&P 500, is there any alpha? What is your alpha if you buy S&P 500 futures? You're just simply indexed. Zero. There's no alpha. You're not making any decisions. In fact, you're not beating the market. You simply bought the market. So it's your ability to, let's say, outproduce to make more profit than the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 is up 3% for the month and you're up 5% for the month, one way of describing your alpha is you have 2% alpha. But that doesn't sound good, so you could say you outperform the S&P 500 by 60%. It sounds a lot better. Statistically, it's the same, but right, but whatever. All right, so your alpha. So then what is beta? Not many people typing. All right, a couple people now. Yeah. Yeah. It is, no, it is simply the market. Now there's different ways of measuring this, like volatility, for example, and all that kind of stuff. And you can complicate it. You could say it's the market. You can also throw in risk-free returns and all this kind of stuff. But generally speaking, it's the market. So as an example, we'll use the S&P 500 again. That could be your benchmark, for example. And if the S&P 500 would be the beta, the market in general. All 500 stocks in the S&P 500 represent multiple sectors and all this kind of stuff, and generally represents the basic broad market. Okay? So if the market now, and we're talking about, let's say, buying stocks versus the stock market. You know, there are other ways of doing that with, like you could say, how about the dollar index, the volatility in the dollar index? You could use that as beta, for example, right? But imagine it's the middle of August, no, the middle of July to the middle of August. Is there a lot of volatility in the foreign exchange market? By the way, it looks like I'm hanging around for the Mexican peso job report. A lot less, right? One would assume a lot less than other months, right? So in that case, the beta would be low. These are low beta months. And it would be reasonable for an investor who is looking at your trading history to assume, in fact, they would want to see your alpha similar to the beta. They wouldn't say, wow, you only made 2% that month. And you say, well, it was July. Trading was really low. Volume was low. And you might be able to point to like statistics from the BIS and all that kind of stuff, right? But what you don't want to see is like you had a ripper awesome month in July. So beta was low. Volume and volatility globally for the foreign exchange market was very low, probably the lowest of the entire year. And you had a 12% return for the month, yet the market didn't actually do anything. How is that possible? Okay, so yes. So it comes down to risk. And so there are measures that you can take, you know, like risk-adjusted performance and say, you know, we are happy that you're making money. As an investor, you could say, look, we're happy. But when we look at things like beta and volatility, we don't like the levels of risk that you're taking, and it doesn't fit into our risk portfolio. And they don't invest even though you're profitable. Too much risk. Now, you don't want to be too close to beta because then they're like, why do we have to pay you money if we can just simply buy the S&P 500, right? You get that point too? So how much risk, what is your reward, and what is the market doing in general? So there are things like I had mentioned, you can look at the market and say, what did the S&P 500 do in that period? You can look at the risk-free rate of return. What's the risk-free rate of return in the United States? Okay, Fed dude flapping his gums. Oh, I forgot, we got the ECB thing today. Is that already passed? And then we got Janet Yellen testifying today. Oh, I forgot to even mention those. I forgot about these other Fed dudes too. Kashkari, he's talking about stuff. So in your model, and usually when you're getting this data, you could lean forward and say, well, what are you using as your risk-free rate in your model? You could use a 10-year T-note and say, well, that's 1.56%, as you know from earlier today. But maybe use the 3-month or the 1-year, 2-year. Okay. Oh, 0.76 for the 2-year. So it depends on what your benchmark is, right? But these are bonds guaranteed by the U.S. government. Risk-free rate of return. So you could say, well, I have a choice here. I could buy the S&P 500. I could buy the 10-year T-note. I could buy Ford. Now, Ford has its own risk. Ford Motors pays a lot higher yield than the 10-year T-note, but also has a lot more risk associated with it, right? Or I can give it to you and you can trade it for me. These are all decisions I can make as a potential investor, right? So help me make the right decision.
Mexico unemployment at 4.0%, 1/10 lower than expected in non-seasonally adjusted basis for August.
Four point oh? That's the unadjusted stuff. Well, what's the adjusted? I don't have that number yet. So better than expected unadjusted. Do people care about unadjusted? Why wouldn't you want to adjust it? So anyways, headline better than expected. I don't have my seasonally adjusted number yet. It should be below 3.8. I'm guessing 3.7, 3.6. Initial move in the first minute has been Mexican peso strength. Hildebrand out of the Swiss National Bank. Oh, I guess he's not there anymore. Wow. He says European bank models are profoundly flawed. It's a failed model. Wow. Europe's original sin was not restructuring early. Wow. Hardcore. So anyways, still don't have the update. Or do I? Hang on. No. Come on, trade the news. So anyways, whatever. Should be better than expected. Potentially pro. $3.7 versus 3.8. So the unemployment rate is 3.7 now, adjusted. So, yeah, good. I mean, sure. So peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may your profits be above average. I will see you tomorrow. Sorry it took so long, I just wanted to squeeze that in there before we went. Hope you have a wonderful, awesome, amazing, beautiful, good, great, and grand trading day. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope so. Beep, beep, boo.